Who's the next snack?
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Okay, closer. Wow, it's crazy to be here. It's incredible.
Crazy good.
Yeah, crazy good. Yeah. I've been watching you on
Speak
YouTube.
up, speak up,
Been
and be
watching
bold.
on YouTube some of your videos.
All right.
And of course, I got 2 of your books I've been reading. Thank you very much. I'm really getting a lot out of it.
All right. Thank you for reflecting to yourself through those permission slips what you already know.
Okay.
And discovering new aspects of your being from a different point of view.
Okay. I had a lot of different questions, but it changes every day.
Yes.
And so they become either to me inappropriate or somehow they get answered. Sometimes
Rather than the idea of inappropriate, perhaps you may simply say they are not relevant at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. My general question I had was about Nasara. Have you ever spoken about Nasara, and is this going to ever
Define
happen?
the term. It is not translating on our side.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's something called the National Security and National Economic Security and Reformation Act.
All right.
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
We
or not.
understand now that you have defined it.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm just wondering, it's, there's information about it online and things, but you don't really hear much about it. Supposedly it was started by Saint Germain years ago, and it's supposed to be something that's going to really change our economic system and our taxing and that kind of thing.
it is not that so much that will do it. There will be many different kinds of systems implemented on your world that will ultimately narrow down to a few, some of which may have some attributes similar to what you are describing, but will be wholly different and wholly new. And you can take the double entendre of the word holy in a variety of ways.
Okay. How can I be more self-confident?
As opposed to being confident about someone else?
Well, that's a term that we use here on our Earth
right.
species tends to use that term.
Why do you have a confidence in your lack?
I don't know. It's a lot like the Wizard of Oz, the
Yes.
cowardly lion.
All right.
He wanted courage, but he was really the most courageous.
Yes.
The Tin Man.
Remember, no one lacks confidence. It's just that you have confidence in lack.
Oh, wow.
So you are confident. So it's not about learning to be confident. It's about deciding what you would rather be confident in. If you are tired of being confident in lack, then be confident in something else. It's up to you. The very fact that you are able to be confident in lack can prove to you that you can actually be confident in anything you want. Because if creation will support you in your confidence in lack, why wouldn't it support you in your confidence in something else?
Great.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, no, that's great. Your answer was
Do you understand
good
what
for
we
me.
are saying?
Yes, I do.
You
I have
understand
an
that that
answer.
means you are already confident and don't have
Yes.
to learn how to be.
Yes.
And it gives you the opportunity now to decide what you wish to be confident in, yes?
Yes.
Does that allow it to seem easier to shift this idea?
Yes.
Because when you take away the idea that you have to learn something, that you have to learn how to use the tool, learn how to be abundant, learn how to trust, learn how to be confident, and you finally realize you don't need to learn these things because you're already doing it, then it's just a matter of understanding what it is you're trusting in, what it is you are abundant in, where it is you are shifting to, what it is you are confident in. All these things are natural attributes of all of you. They're built into your mechanism. You can't help it. It's what you are. You are made in the image of God, as you say. You are an aspect of creation. You can't help but have these attributes. So you're already trusting, you're already shifting, you're already abundant, you're already confident. It's just an issue of what categories are you doing those things in? How are you using those attributes? Where are you focusing those attributes? You don't have to learn those attributes.
Great. Thank you very much.
Makes it easier, doesn't it?
Yes.
Makes it simpler, doesn't it?
Yes.
Allows
Big
it to
relief.
be more fun, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. Yes. Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
Good day. Happy birthday, Bashar.
Thank you. And happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much. You remember me.
Yes.
Yeah. And this
I
is,
know what I need to know when I need to know it. I don't remember you. I just know it now. Happy birthday.
thank you very much. And this is my very special birthday too.
Why is it very special?
Yes.
Why?
Because,
Naze.
Naze? Because this is my 60th birthday.
6-0.
60.
Oh, all right.
So I finished the first cycle.
All right.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Yes. And then
And now?
now I'm going towards a new cycle.
All right.
And I'd like to get the special message from you.
You would? Why?
Because I just remember that this is going to be my very, very special day.
Oh, now it's very, very special day. First it was very, now it's very, very.
Yes.
Well, perhaps it will become very, very, very special in a moment.
Yes.
Yes? All right. One moment. There will be a special surprise directly from Sirius for you. One moment. One moment. Are you planning a trip?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. One moment. Nothing to do with water.
No.
Nothing to do with dolphins.
No dolphins.
Are you sure?
Maybe next September?
One moment. Something sooner than that. Something much sooner than that.
February. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about planning to the trip to the Sea of Cortez.
Oh, you are thinking
February.
about planning it.
Yes.
I see. All right. And what is your decision? Are you going to go?
Yes.
Then it just became very, very, very special. You will have a very specific encounter with a very specific cetacean in that area.
Oh, wow.
You'll know it when you see it. It will be unmistakable. All right?
Okay.
And when you feel it, you will feel nearly overwhelmed with love and gratitude. You may even swoon.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you and happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you very much.
Good day, Bashar.
And you good day.
Thank you. It's an honor once again.
And for us as well.
I'm very curious. I've heard you speak a few times about being aware of certain books or movies on our planet,
Yes.
and
We use whatever information is available to us.
yeah. Well, how is it that you perceive that? Is it through the channel?
If it is
watching?
known to the channel, we will know it, but sometimes we can extend beyond his awareness to things he does not know, but it will simply depend upon the moment or the reason for doing so as to whether that information will be downloaded to us. We can also access information from time to time from your own higher minds or your own energy patterns or the collective consciousness of your world, our world, or other worlds. We act and operate in many ways like what you would call a switchboard, plugging into whatever we need, wherever we need, to download whatever information is relevant and appropriate for the moment of the delivering of the transmission.
How synchronistic.
Always. And when there is information that is not appropriate to deliver, we will not even know what that information is. It will simply be nowhere in the matrix of the downloads we receive. And we will not know that that information even exists until such time as we disconnect from this transmission, and then we may know it for ourselves, but if it is irrelevant for you, we will not know it in these transmissions because we use these filters to ensure that we are not in any way, shape, or form disrupting your own process or spoiling your surprises or, as you say, spilling your beans.
I'm also very interested in ancient civilizations on this planet, and a number of I've read a number of books of a few authors, and I'm wondering if you're at all familiar with works of Freddie Silva.
To some degree.
He wrote a book on crop circles, and then another one again, what I term as a holistic view of ancient civilizations and how they're geometrically aligned around the planet.
Yes.
From all cultures and all different time periods.
Yes.
And just
much of this was done approximately 10,500 of your years ago.
Much of the building of the side sensors,
the ones that are geometrically aligned, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This was done as the creation of a recognition of the grid on your planet, and also for the purposes of communication between the various civilizations by feats of resonance, identification, energy, and also to act as a recording of certain events that had occurred on your planet to allow future generations to become aware of them so they could balance the energy and allow for different shifts into different parallel realities rather than repeating the same cycles.
Part of my fascination with all that is that there's knowledge there as a group consciousness that we need.
That you are awakening to.
Yes, awakening to.
It is coming out at whatever rate is representative of the rate that you all believe you can handle it and process it.
Okay. As far as and reading a lot of these, not just Freddie Silva, but many others.
Yes.
Sometimes wonder about the accuracy of what they're talking about.
It will vary.
I usually gauge it just through my own gut feeling about it.
That's the way to do it, because no matter what the so-called accuracy is, it is really always coming down to what information is relevant for you. Because even if it is, in your terms, physically inaccurate, so to speak, it still may be energetically relevant for something that you need to hear to move you forward in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
So in that context, whatever you are attracted to is always accurate for reasons that you may not always immediately recognize, but it is always relevant. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it's up to you to determine what portions of it are relevant for who it is you prefer to be. You are aware that for quite some time, one of the outposts of the Atlantean civilization has now been discovered off what you call the western tip of Cuba?
I'm not familiar with what specific one you're talking about, no.
Then you may be interested in researching that, because it has been known by a small group of scientists for quite some time, and this information is only just barely coming to light.
Okay.
The entire Caribbean area was one of the strong posts of Atlantis, and when the sea levels were much lower, you will see what the outline of the Bahamas and Cuba and South America and Florida and all of those places actually were back then, and how much more land there was there that was occupied. But some of these structures are coming to light, but one of the newest ones you have discovered very definitively is off the western tip of Cuba.
Yeah. I'll definitely look into that. Thank you.
All right.
Part of the process of my own self-discovery and fascination with ancient civilizations is to, like you said, awaken my own memory of it all.
Yes.
I'm not sure how exactly what I want to ask, but how can I further explore that, or further?
All you need to do is act on whatever excites you the most at any given moment to the best of your ability, even if it seems completely unconnected. It's the excitement in the thing that tells you it is connected, not how it appears on the surface, not whether it appears attached to the subject or not. And if you just keep acting every moment on whatever opportunity contains the highest excitement, and you do it to the best of your ability until you can take it no further, the excitement will lure you and lead you exactly where you need to be led to find out whatever information is relevant for you on whatever else fascinates you or is representative of your excitement. And of course, as you act on your highest excitement, remember the entire formula, which is act on it with zero insistence or expectation of what the outcome is that you think needs to happen, and just allow what does happen to be the outcome that actually serves you best. Yes?
Of course.
That's all you need to do. It's really that simple. And if you are willing to use that mechanism in the simplest possible way, you will find yourself accelerating greatly and receiving much more information, much more efficiently, and much more quickly. Yes?
Yes.
And again, remember, when you talk about the idea of ancient civilizations, everything exists here and now. So if you understand, again, more holographically, that you're simply making connections to parallel realities that are already simultaneously coexistent, it's not such a stretch to find that information, because it's not like you're actually having to explore into the misty depths of time. It's all right here, right now. All you have to do is shift into the vibration of the connections you already have and the incarnations you have in those civilizations to connect with the version of your oversoul that is in those civilizations, and simply have a conversation with them about what those civilizations are like. And see what comes through and what seems relevant to you here and now, even as they are drawing upon your experience to aid and assist them in what is relevant to them. Because many, many incarnations in many of those civilizations, and especially in the Lemurian civilization, especially in the Atlantean civilization, at least the early era, and especially in the idea of the Gobi Desert civilization that used to be there, and especially in some of the higher plateau South American civilizations, many individuals in those civilizations knew about the parallel simultaneous existence of realities and understood they had counterpart incarnations from the oversoul in what they called the future, which means now, among many other eras. And so they are very aware that they also have parallel incarnations, such as yourself, in other societies that have yet to be created from their point of view. So they individually have already established a kind of a bridge or a link that you can also establish from your end. And thus, in connecting to those individuals in those civilizations that already know about parallel realities, such as your own, in what they would call the future, you can more easily establish a link with them and download information from them, as they will thus then download information from you about those future civilizations. And that is the source of some of the prophecies and predictions that have occurred in your ancient texts, is they simply had a discussion with a counterpart in that civilization that represented a future parallel reality, and simply wrote down part of the discussion. They're not always relevant to every single parallel reality, but in general, the gist of many of those things is highly relevant for some of your realities. Make sense?
Yes. So in part, what you're saying is that my own fascination is linking me to parallel realities that I've shared with those civilizations.
You have incarnations in those civilizations, yes. So talk to yourself.
No problem. No problem there.
One way that you can actually increase your ability to do this, and this will also go hand in hand with the idea of communicating with the spirit realm, is a device that has already been created on your planet, or perhaps more precisely an environment that can be created on your planet that has already been discovered by many people, referred to as the psychomantium. If you will sit in a dimly lit room, perhaps candlelight would be best, and you will remove any distractions and have a large mirror on one wall, but sit in such a way that when you look into the mirror, you do not see your own reflection. Thus then, by simply being in a meditative state and staring into that mirror in the correct lighting conditions and having a certain intention to communicate either with spirit or with other parallel incarnations, you may find yourself actually being capable of allowing some of those connections to become, or appear to be, very, very, very solid and find yourself talking to other versions of yourself, both physically and non-physically. So you can take advantage of this permission slip called the psychomantium, if you wish, as one of your exploratory tools.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure once again. Thank you.
As always.
Much love.
Hello.
And are you good day?
I'm wondering, I have a really strong connection with the children, but I don't have a detainment experience memory.
Not everyone does. Some individuals simply function as teachers to help them acclimatize themselves to the idea of the social structure of the earth.
Okay, so I don't have hybrid children then, or do I?
You have a class or two, but you are not directly genetically connected to them in the way that you typically think.
Okay.
But you are connected to them from another direction altogether that we are not allowed to go into right now.
Okay. And so now with the silver hybrid aspect that is within your time zone, is she shiny?
Only in terms of light, not physically like the metal.
Okay. And is there an entire civilization then that's just all silver?
Again, not exactly like the metal, but you would perceive their energy as silver light. You must understand that there are actually many other kinds of colors, to use your term, that you don't know about. And by calling it silver, that is just, in a sense, the closest approximation that can be made to what the actual color is.
Okay.
But its vibration connects in a similar way to the vibration of the element silver on your planet. And so it's a good connecting permission slip, vibrationally speaking. Yes?
Okay, yes. And then I just wanted to make a comment because I've had a lot of confidence in lack.
Oh, all right.
Fear that it would.
How has that served you?
Oh, no, it hasn't.
Of course it has.
Oh, well,
It has served you to
served me.
understand
Yes,
you
yes.
don't prefer it.
Yes, true.
Thank you.
And-
always have a positive definition
Yes,
of your
that's correct.
experiences, or you cannot extract a positive effect from them.
It has served me.
Thank you.
Yes, I was just going with the feelings of the not that
I
didn't
know,
feel as good.
I know.
I know.
And if you wish to continue to choose that, I will not dissuade you.
Don't. No, I'm saying that this is so much better because the first time I got picked to ask a question, I wasn't going to put my name back in.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, I'll just give my question away. It's cool. But then when I got called up with Bridget and Kirk, that was really cool because we have a good connection. And then just with our names alone, he calls himself Captain Kirk and she's Bridget. And then my first name means youth and my middle name means reborn.
Oh, all right.
So that was just a cool name sandwich.
We thank you for your synchronous sandwich.
Thank you. And yeah, this is a lot better than it just like lack. It's
By
so much
better, I simply assume you mean
experience
it's a
is
lot more you.
Yes, yeah, and it's more fun for me.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks, everyone.
Because you are more fun for you.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you.
You are welcome.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
This is my first time to one of your events.
This is our first time thus then communicating with one of your events.
Yes. I have chosen a career as an energy healer.
Oh, all right. How exciting.
Yes. And I was wondering if you had any advice for assisting me and other energy healers in helping our clients through this period of transition in which I'm finding that a lot of my clients are experiencing some
All right. Well,
difficulties.
first of all, of course, you understand that as an energy healer, you don't ever actually heal anyone directly. Yes?
Right.
You give off a frequency that if they choose to match will allow them to heal themselves in their own reality. Yes?
Yes.
And do you teach them this?
Yes.
All right. The idea, therefore, is, of course, to understand that if someone chooses to come to you and not be healed, that's also their choice that you are allowing them, yes? Mm-hmm. Because then they are learning whatever it is they need to learn, or you are giving them an opportunity to reinforce whatever beliefs they choose to reinforce, be they positive or negative, yes?
Yes.
And that's the most unconditionally allowing and loving thing that you can do, to truly heal someone, yes?
Yes.
Is to allow them to believe they can't be healed. All right. So the idea thus then is that if you are acting on your highest joy, and if you are thus then taking every opportunity to make sure that you are acting on your excitement in the way that you wish to, in the way that's most exciting, with whom it's most exciting, where it's most exciting, all the components of the excitement are there on the highest possible level, then you are doing everything possible that you can do.
Yes.
Is any of that in any way, shape, or form not measuring up?
No.
All right. You are doing it exactly in the way that you wish to do it that's most exciting for you, yes? Mm-hmm. You are doing it exactly where is most exciting for you, yes?
Yes.
You are doing it with whom it's most exciting, yes?
Yes.
All right. What else do you believe you need?
Well, because I'm not doing the work, it's coming, whatever is coming through me is coming through me.
We understand the concept, but nevertheless, what else do you think you need? In other words, if you believe that you're actually doing the best you can, why do you have a question of, is there something else I can do?
Because...
Yes. Do you feel that something is missing? Or not?
Perhaps I do.
Well, what is it?
Perhaps it's a connection to some higher consciousness that I'd like to open up to.
So you don't believe that your excitement is a complete kit? You have a definition of excitement that actually contains a gap?
Obviously, I do.
Well, why? Why do you have that definition? Why not have a definition of excitement that has no gaps in it at all?
Okay.
Can you do that?
I think I can.
All right, then that's all you have to do. Remember, it makes no sense at all, and it's completely contradictory if you say you're acting on your highest excitement and yet at the same time have a definition that will allow for the idea that somehow you won't receive what you need when you need to, then you don't actually have a clear definition of your excitement. And that will give you an opportunity to explore with your imagination what definition you would rather have, and thus implement that one. Yes?
Yes.
So in a sense, paradoxically then, that's all that's missing, is clarity in your definition of excitement. So that your definition is holistic and automatically seen as a complete kit and a driving engine and the organizing principle of your life, and thus then by definition must contain everything that you need exactly when you need it. And thus then if you don't have it right now, that simply means you don't need it right now.
Okay. Yes.
And if you understand that definition, then you will know that whatever it is you need will be delivered exactly when you need it, not a moment later, but not a moment before you need it. So you don't have to assume something is missing if your definition of excitement contains the concept of perfect timing. Yes?
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Healer, heal thyself.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
I am very interested in the hybrids.
Yes.
The hybrids that are living on ships, as far as I know, and the hybrids living here with us.
Well, they are not really on your planet yet.
Okay, you think that, well, I have the impression that there are some people here who definitely have more, a larger portion, shall we say, of
all of you are generally
genetics.
hybridized. Yes.
Right.
But the hybrid children sometimes will make secret excursions to certain parts of your planet temporarily, just to, as you say, stick their feet in the water.
Right.
But the idea is they are not really living among you yet, not those children. But all the people on your planet are to some and varying degrees hybridized.
Right. Now, with us hybridized humans, as we are, is it possible that one of us humans, hybridized, can actually live on a ship? Not just a visit, like in an encounter, an abduction,
with the
but living
appropriate
there.
shift in frequency and a variety of other factors we will not go into, yes, it is possible. The probability is higher for some than others. But it also has to do with timing and what is going on specifically with each of those individuals and what they chose to explore in their lives. But yes, it's possible.
Because yesterday I was aware of a situation in which it appeared as if a human, a mother of somebody who's here, whom I
Yes.
met yesterday, that mother, as far as I know, is largely human, but seems to be living her life on a spaceship.
Not living the whole life, but many humans will be taken on visitations to the ships for a variety of reasons from time to time.
And would they stay there for, months, years?
It is exceedingly, exceedingly, exceedingly rare.
I would think so. Yeah.
It has happened, but it's exceedingly rare. And no, I'm not going to tell you how many.
That's okay. I have one in mind that I'm particularly interested in. Anyway, we hear so much
all
about.
right.
Okay.
13.
Oh, okay. So that I'm clear about this, 13 humans.
Have extended experience aboard extraterrestrial craft, and a large portion of their lives are spent on some of those crafts. 13 humans.
Wow.
Each one of them has a connection vibrationally to one of the crystal skulls.
Okay. I really appreciate knowing that.
Oh, all right.
That means a lot. Now,
It isn't
It
the one you're thinking of.
oh, okay.
They are not one of them, not to the degree we are talking about.
Okay.
They may have some experiences, but not to the degree of extension that you're referring to. The degree of extension you're referring to is only experienced by the 13 that I have just referred to, and the person you're talking about is not one of the 13.
Okay, thank you. Does it seem as if those 13 would eventually come back and live on the earth?
That has not been decided yet.
But as far as you know, that's a possibility?
Anything
That
is
could happen?
possible.
Okay.
We only really discuss probabilities, and those probabilities are determined by the parallel realities that you shift to. So it is always possible, but it has not been determined yet because it is in flux. From this point forward, however, if you wish, in our conversations, you may simply refer to them as the 13, and we will know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Thank you for opening that door.
Yes, thank you.
That was from the 13.
Well,
Thank you for opening the door.
You're welcome. I honor you, the 13. To me, that's very exciting.
They are excited as
exciting.
well, because
Yeah.
now the opening of that door means that there can be more information downloaded consciously from them in future transmissions.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I welcome that heartily. Now, some years ago,
One moment. One moment. Our ship over Sedona is now 1,977 miles above your planet, lower than it was before. Again, being used as a barometer for how close you are coming to contact. The closer our ship descends toward the surface of your planet, the closer you are to contact. And where we were at 2,500 and then shifted to 2,000 with another breakthrough, this breakthrough of connecting to the 13 has shifted us lower still, 1,977 of your miles.
thank you. Thank you.
We thank you for allowing us to descend as you ascend.
Oh, wow. This,
Oh, by
This-
the way, wow. Upside down is mom.
yes.
Speaking of the mother that you were talking about.
Yes.
To bring us back full circle, 2013 is a year of great transformation and great opportunity. It is a year of flux. In our ancient language, the number 13 is Saibo, and Saibo will be making many more transmissions in 2013. Saibo the trickster. Be prepared. We cannot be responsible for what he decides to do. But he will shake many of you loose from your preconceptions if you are willing to be shaken. But the shaking will be fun.
And we're already doing it, Bashar.
You are.
Every time we hear you, at least my experience, a little bit more shaking
Yes.
from my paradigm.
And in the vibration of 2013, all things can break apart. So shaking can amplify. Magnification can amplify the shaking. Be prepared for the ride. It will be fun
you.
if you wish it to be.
Okay.
But
we can choose
shaken
that.
you will be.
Yeah. Wow.
Shaken to your cores.
Ooh.
2013 is the true beginning of the amplification of the energy of shifting into the parallel realities that you prefer. Get ready.
So the more we think of the parallel reality that we want,
The more you
we'll be
define
there.
yourself
We'll
in a way, not
experience
just
that.
think about, the
Yeah.
more you define yourself in a way that is commensurate with that parallel reality, the more you will be shaken. But the more you are shaken in that vibration, the more still you will feel. Again, remember, traveling at infinite speed feels exactly like standing perfectly still. And in that stillness, all things are revealed.
yeah. I would like to, I'm very moved by what you've been saying. I also
In a
want-
manner of speaking, yes.
I'm perfectly still in being moved and shaken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You will discover more and more the power in the point of paradox.
Okay. I'd like to ask, I've been interested in this for quite some time, about hybrids eventually coming to Earth.
Yes.
And what would be the advantage for them if they come and actually live here? What would be the purpose of that?
Earth will become the sixth hybrid civilization. In 1,000 years, there will be no human forms incarnating anymore as you know it. Your entire planet will simply be a planet of hybrids, the sixth hybrid civilization, which will then all blend together ultimately, all six civilizations into the seventh hybrid civilization.
So, in other words, the hybrids coming are coming
Part
from
of your
these.
evolutionary path.
Okay.
It is representative, perhaps, of what some individuals on your planet have called, rather than Homo sapien, Homo galacticus.
Right. So we will all be a mixture then of all these different civilizations. Is that right?
To some degree, but we will not go further into it right now.
And in the closer term, in terms of linear time,
Yes.
which we're very addicted to, at least I am, that notion,
Addicted.
habituated,
Oh, all right, if you insist.
better term.
Not necessarily.
Okay. With hybrid children coming
Yes.
in the near future,
Yes.
is that all then part of this longer term evolution that you're talking about?
Yes.
Is it like a beginning that we can be
Yes.
aware of?
Yes. The children are the seeds of your future.
Okay. And do we have enough people on Earth to help civilization here on Earth to adapt to them and them
Were
to
that
adapt
not
to us?
the case, it would not occur.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
Yes, one other thing. Some years ago, 20, 30, 40, I'm not sure, 50 maybe, there was allegedly a group of humans who were taken aboard a spacecraft for some decades and then allegedly were returned to Earth. And when they were returned, they had not aged, although the rest of us have. And I'm just wondering if there's any truth to that.
That information is not available through this terminal at this time.
Okay. Well, Bashar, I think that, wow.
Mom.
What you've... Hi, Mom. What you've outlined for us is fantastic and extremely important. I'm very grateful.
We thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania.
We have a question from a Ustream listener,
Yes.
which I thought was a really great question too.
Oh, all right.
Because the question is, what is a dreamer dolphin?
A dreamer dolphin is a member of a cetacean society that has chosen to act as an ambassador between their respective culture and yours. So they will engage in interactions with you to afford you the opportunity to form a stronger bond with the cetacean society on your planet, and also give you an opportunity to connect more strongly with the Sirius energy with whom they are always in telepathic contact. Dreamer dolphins are, in that sense, the diplomats of the sea. But dolphins are not the only dreamers.
What other?
There are dreamers in every level of cetacean society. There are dreamer pilot whales. There are dreamer killer whales. There are dreamer humpback whales. There are a variety of dreamers, although the ones that you will encounter more often than not that are most common will be the bottlenose dolphins. But there are dreamers on all levels of cetacean society.
So when the channel was in Hawaii a number of years ago and we had a 45-minute one-on-one interaction with a wild bottlenose dolphin.
You already know that was a dreamer.
Correct. And so and I, of course, also interacted with that dolphin. And I'm wondering, when you say about the transmission of energy or information, is there anything you can share about that specific communication?
Yes. What did the dreamer dolphin leave you with when it left? It gifted you with?
Well, it was definitely a feeling of...
No, physically. It gifted you with something before it left.
It was a leaf?
Yes. And a leaf comes from?
A tree.
And how connected are you to trees and nature? So the dolphin was acknowledging and recognizing your connection to trees by giving you the leaf, helping awaken that energy within you. So the other job the dreamers have is to awaken bubbles of new energy and awareness within you.
It's really taking me back to that moment of that communication. I mean, he was so big, you know? I mean, bottlenose dolphins are big.
Yes, they are. Big energy.
Yeah.
Big personality.
I know. And it's like you want to be so close to them. And at the same time, you know, you sense the amount of power that you're interacting with.
But remember, all they are reflecting is your own power back to you.
Right, right.
Dreamers are mirrors.
And
bubbles and mirrors.
So when the spinner dolphins that are dreamers interact with us, they're usually the ones that are sort of scouting around looking for a human to interact with.
They, in a sense, are those that gather the energy, those that pinpoint the energy. They are the scouts. They scout out the other dreamers in human society and help let the dreamer dolphins know where the dreamer humans are.
This is getting even more exciting. Okay, so like the
Are you going to explode?
I don't know.
Should somebody get you a towel?
My palms are sweating.
All right.
Okay, so when they scout out a dreamer human,
Yes.
how would you define a dreamer human?
One who is on a certain vibratory path and frequency that is willing and open to the invitation from the cetacean nation to form a bond with them.
And so these cetacean transformation workshops, the people who have been coming are dreamers.
Yes.
And the dolphins know that.
Yes.
And they're so excited.
Yes.
And they're coming from like all over the place.
Yes.
To interact with the dreamer humans.
In 2013, you will have an encounter with a cetacean that no one in your area has ever experienced an encounter with before.
Are you saying a new species, or are you saying that a species that
A species of cetacean you would not imagine would ever wind up in that area will wind up in that area as a sure sign that they are intelligently and deliberately interacting with you on a much higher level?
I'm like speechless?
How rare. That alone was worth the revelation.
Oh my God, I need a good comeback for that.
Being speechless is the perfect comeback for that.
Okay. Along those lines, I think we have a few minutes left. Would you like to have any other questions or?
In this transmission, it is important to move along.
Okay, well, if you're going to move along, is there anything else you'd like to talk about with cetaceans?
We will now simply deliver the idea upcoming of what you call your holotope meditation to aid and assist in the delivering of the final aspects of the message from Sirius.
Okay, and we're so excited to have that communication. So thank you very much, Bashar.
You may all take a short break while you arrange yourselves and prepare for the holotope meditation, and we'll resume this transmission at that time. How's it going?
Fabulous. This holotope is provided to you through the genius of Kirby Seed and Randall Fonz. There is nothing like this on the entire planet, as far as we know. And it will allow you to go on a journey deep, deep, deep within your own consciousness and absorb what Bashar is offering to you on this meditation.